Welcome back to Star Fox, everybody. We are continuing our level 1 course. We're about halfway through. We'll be finishing level 1 in this part, so we'll get to see the ending of the game for the first time.
I don't remember if I asked this, but what are you recording this on?
Just Nintendo Switch Online.
Okay.
They added some nice new, well, I guess they're not new. I used them for the Super Metroid playthrough as well, but the CRT filters, they look pretty good.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, got some more Star Fox. Level 1 is kind of, like, it's still kind of challenging if you haven't played this game before, but I would say it's a little too easy. It is the easy mode, so it's kind of expected.
Did this game cost more when it came out? Because I know some games with the
yes.
chip in it cost a bit more, like Mega Man X2.
Yeah, anything with the Super FX chip in it cost like a premium for the time. So if like a regular game was like $60 or whatever at the time, the Super FX version was like 80. So
$80
it's like modern day
and no season pass.
Yeah, exactly. It's like modern day with Nintendo doing Mario Kart World at $80 for some reason.
Did you see that Guilty Gear has a season pass now?
I did not. Oh,
That was sad. I could feel your pain there.
it's kind of hard to judge obstacles.
Yeah. That's like I imagine it's not as bad when you're playing, but like this looks like it would visually overload me so badly.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to take damage, but I think I talked about it last part. You really want to prioritize not running into stuff if you want to survive.
You told me that was the highest amount of damage was getting hit.
Yeah, because
running
like
into something.
you don't have invincibility frames in this.
Oh, lovely.
And you don't in any Star Fox game really. So if you run into like a really big building and the ship kind of gets stuck repeatedly colliding with the building, you can just lose all your health very quickly.
It's like the dreaded double hit in Call of Duty Zombies that just insta-kills you.
I know what you're referencing.
The cool people in the comments will know what I'm referencing. Star Fox players play Call of Duty, right? You Nintendo babies.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not very in tune with Nintendo fans these days, I would say.
I need to become more in tune. I need to play more Nintendo games.
A lot of new, like, I really don't like calling out certain groups of fans, but I feel like a lot of new fans that started with, like, the Switch or something, they're very toxically positive towards everything Nintendo, and it's very annoying.
Yeah.
And like, not even new fans as well. It's like people like Pokemon fans as well.
That's not okay. That's not. I don't think that's a Nintendo issue. I get maybe partially. That's a Pokemon fan issue. I put that in its own category.
Yeah, the Pokemon fans are the
yeah. Though to be
bane of
fair,
my
it looks like
existence.
they were given a W recently with Pokopia. I've heard nothing but good on that one so far. So.
Yeah, their Minecraft clone Pokemon game.
No, Animal Crossing clone.
It's like Animal Crossing plus Minecraft.
Hey, if that works, it works. It looks better than Pokemon Legends EA, that's for sure. That game looks like
yes,
hot
visually.
Fan base I was thinking of was like Metroid fans recently with Metroid Prime 4.
See, that one's a little less so because that game was way more controversial with the fans of the series than anything. But like the like people that are like, I have a Switch too, so I'm gonna buy it. They were like, no, I think the game looks cool. You know.
Well, you can get
I
on
don't know.
Switch 1 as well. though I've never seen anyone compare the
Yeah.
two.
Like the Switch 1 or the Switch 2 version.
Yeah, I assume the Switch 1 version runs about as well as Prime Remaster, I hope. And if it runs that well, I'm happy.
I think apparently it runs a bit worse in certain areas, from what I've heard, than Prime Remastered, because it has more wider areas with larger vistas and stuff going on. But like, hey, the Switch 2 version runs at a smooth 120 FPS if you want it to. So
Yeah. At least the Zelda fan base is a lot more mixed as well. Though I don't
Yeah.
fully agree with it being mixed because I think Tears of the Kingdom is an amazing game. But that's an odd one because
I get why people are.
It's more the
upset
fear
with
that they'll never get a certain style of game again.
Yeah. Well, it's that, but it's also like I kind of get the Tears of the Kingdom complaints because it's like, yeah, we did just like have a Zelda game that used this exact map like 7 years ago or whatever. So
Yeah, everything I heard, every complaint I see about Tears of the Kingdom is usually centered on the fact that Breath of the Wild already exists, and it has the same issues from that,
yeah.
and the same map.
I would personally argue while Breath of the Wild was certainly focused on giving the player tons of freedom and stuff, Tears of the Kingdom I think leans a little too far in that direction. Because it's straight. You never ever have to interact with the game in any sort of intended way. There is no intended way. You can just play it and do whatever, and you'll win. So it kind of removes a lot of challenge when you can just build a tower to the top of the climbing section and just get up there or whatever.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem I had was like the lack of a lot of proper entrances and introductions to areas. Like, for example, Kakariko Village. It's like surrounded by some mountains or hills, whatever. And there's a road they want you to follow that leads through a pass through it and, leads into the village with this nice, pretty view. I never once took roads.
You just climbed over every mountain.
I climbed over that mountain and then I parachuted in. And it just kind of felt random.
On my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild, well, I guess my only playthrough of Breath of the Wild, because I never start from zero in that. But I was following the main quest very closely in the first few hours, so I did end up riding a horse into Kakariko through the main road that it wanted you to. But I very easily could have happened on a different course if I just saw something and was like, ooh, what's over there,
Dude, I beat the entire game without a horse. I never once captured one. The game just gives you a free horse at the end.
Yeah. It's true.
It's just pure pity. It's really funny. And the game laughed at me at that point. But yeah, it angers me about Kakariko Village because, when you go to Zora's Domain or Death Mountain, whoa.
Okay, yeah, real quick, if we can drop the Zelda tangent for a second. So we're at the last level of the game. And basically, this is Venom. This is the planet that Andros is based at. And thus, it is the hardest on all the courses to beat. And it's all about... it's mostly all about obstacle avoidance more than anything. And there's a lot of tricky little things like these where the wall will turn toward the angle or the direction that the arrow's pointing. So if you don't shoot them in time, you will get a face full of wall and it'll hurt really bad. So, and that's something I wanted to bring up with Star Fox in general. Until Zero, there's not a lot after this point that is just straight up like obstacle course flying. It's mostly focused on the shooting after this, but this game it's very much about the shooting, but it equally feels as important guiding your ship through obstacles and stuff, and I kind of like that.
That's
But
cool.
like in starting with Star
What
Fox
I'm hearing
64.
is that Star Fox Zero is actually the best game in the series, and everybody ruined it.
If you want my point of view on it, yes, that's exactly what I think about Star Fox Zero. Motion controls. Ew, this game sucks. That's literally what it is. Ow.
The amount of reviewers I still find, even ones who grew up with the Wii, who will sometimes just say, anything with motion controls just inherently makes something worse.
It's so wild to me. It's why even to this day, gyro aiming, which is like a feature that I think should be standard in like every controller, is so like it's so stigmatized against.
What are you talking about? The Xbox controller is perfect.
The Xbox controller is lame.
Ergonomic perfection.
If it is ergonomic perfection, and if it had gyro aiming in it, it would be so good. I would use it.
That's why I use it for all my 2D games.
It's pretty good for 2D games, but I have a specific controller for my 2D games because I'm never going to be happy with a D-pad unless it's like a Sega-styled D-pad.
Yeah, I need to try one.
Hit the brake! Ugh! Ow!
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, the bosses, especially from this point onward, like in level 2 and level 3, they will use their physical large body to hit you more often than not.
This is a really smartly designed game.
Yeah,
Like, absolutely wild for how new the technology is and how well they were able to implement it, and especially with like boss movements and such. I get like it's like the same feeling I get seeing some of the enemy attack patterns in Quake and how creative they got with them.
Yeah, they did like about as much as you could possibly do with this kind of game with this kind of technology.
Yeah.
So
Such
I really
a shame
like these
that a refined
segments.
sequel just never got released for like 20 years.
Yeah, I would say like Star Fox Zero or Star Fox 64 is
Was that the same
essentially
devs though?
no, like Argonaut software made the 3D tech and were behind like the literal programming of this. Miyamoto was directing this, and there was quite a bit of Nintendo staff working on it as well.
Yeah.
But Star Fox 64, while it takes the story of this and the basic like concept,
That was dope. That was cool. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Andros. But yeah, Star Fox 64, in terms of gameplay, may as well be a sequel. Because,
Suck?
yeah, he suck and then blow.
It went from suck to blow.
This is really hard to dodge, by the way.
Yeah, I bet. I think this game would give me nightmares.
Dude, as a kid, I would play Star Fox 64 and stuff on my cousin's Nintendo 64 whenever we were hanging out. And then obviously Smash Brothers, I was very familiar with Star Fox from that. There's an assist trophy in
Japanese?
There's an assist trophy in Super Smash Brothers Brawl that is just this Andros boss, like fully from the original SNES game.
The Andros face is in this. Okay.
Yeah. But
They like put himself
as a
inside
kid,
giant
I
computer
remember.
or something?
So the like story is that he used technology to modify himself, but they showcase that by making him a cube with a metal face in this. It makes a little more sense in Star Fox 64. I will say that much. But yeah, I always thought that like that assist trophy in Smash Brothers Brawl was so weird. I was like, "What is that?" And then I asked my cousin, and he was like, "That's Andross." And I'm like, "But that looks nothing like Andross," because I was used to the 64 version. I was like, "Why does Andross look like just a face, a weird face?" Hey, look at that. We get the slightly higher poly R wings for this cutscene.
This is like seeing the high poly Cloud Strife and Sephiroth models at the end of FF7. When they're lit, it's just them against a completely black screen. Literally, they're the only thing being drawn at that point.
That's
So
awesome.
they look almost more detailed. They look like more detailed than the CG renders do. It's crazy.
Yeah. But alright, for my first run back on this game in a long time with no prep, I think stage 1 went pretty okay. I got 200%, couple of 90 plus, and then 89 on the other twos. So, like, I'd say that's pretty good.
Does score mean anything for, like, completion, or is it just
No, it's
for
just
the sake
score.
of score? Okay.
It's just score. And you, like I talked about last time, you get score by killing certain enemies in the levels,
Yeah.
as well as keeping your teammates alive. So
Very arcadey. I respect it, like Luigi's Mansion.
Mm-hmm. I actually end up doing a lot better in level 2 and level 3, despite the fact that they're way harder.
Yeah, but you have practice. Like, I got all A ranks on Team Dark, but I died on a few stages like other teams, you know? You got that practice in.
Yeah. It's that, but I started using the You Can Beat Games guide to, like, make sure I knew what was coming ahead. Because if I tried to do level 2 and level 3 with no guide or no, like, prep beforehand, I would have not been able to beat them. They're just so hard. And yeah, it's an old Nintendo game, so of course we get the enemy roll call at the end. But it's only for the bosses, because you fight different bosses depending on the route you take. So it's cool.
I feel like I've only seen that in Mega Man, though. Did Nintendo games do that as well?
Donkey Kong Country, all of those do that.
We recorded that, didn't we?
We did. It was mostly, I think the Kirby games also do it because they want you to know all the little enemies that you massacred throughout the game.
Shows their name, a picture of their cute face, and then a number at the end saying death count.
And also a repeating gif of Kirby bludgeoning them with a parasol. The big suck.
Wait, was that from Sonic for Hire?
What, Kirby bludgeoning critters to death?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
But that's like been the
fair.
joke for the Kirby series.
Okay. You just unlocked a core memory for that.
I skipped the actual credits for the first 2 playthroughs.
We're supposed to watch them all 3 times.
No. Hey, at least I left in the enemy roll call, okay?
That's okay. I cut the credits on Doom.
Can't believe this.
Yeah, I just included the main people from id. I'm sorry, it goes on for like 20 minutes.
Well, the ones in Star Fox only go for like 5 minutes, but still, I wanted to slim up the
5
game down
minutes.
as much as I could.
That's a lot of SNES cartridge space.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that each of the like names comes up like 1 or 2 at a time with like cool sci-fi looking effects around them for this game, so it takes a while.